On a snowy Christmas Eve, deep in the heart of the North Pole, Santa Claus prepared for his magical journey. He stood in front of the mirror, adjusting his red pants, black boots, and white thermal shirt, making sure his suspenders were in place. His red suit was ready, his boots polished, and his sleigh was packed with presents for all the good boys and girls. With a final nod to the elves, Santa stepped outside into the cold, crisp air. The North Pole was covered in a blanket of snow, twinkling under the stars. The reindeer were waiting, their harnesses glistening with bells that jingled softly in the breeze. Santa smiled as he climbed into his sleigh, giving the reins a gentle tug. The first stop was a small town, where the streets were lit with soft streetlights, guiding Santa on his way. He arrived at the first house, landing softly on the rooftop. The snow was just beginning to dust the ground below, and the gentle glow of the streetlights made everything look magical. Santa carefully stepped out of the sleigh and walked toward the chimney, the bag of toys slung over his shoulder. "Time to spread some Christmas cheer," he said, taking a deep breath as he slid down the chimney, ready to deliver presents to the waiting children. Inside the house, Santa placed presents under the Christmas tree, carefully arranged by the fire. He couldn't help but smile as he saw the stockings hung by the fireplace, just waiting to be filled with toys and treats. The children had been good this year, and Santa was proud of all their kindness. With a final glance at the cozy room, Santa returned to the rooftop, climbed back into the sleigh, and continued his journey. The night sky was beautiful, with the twinkling stars above and the peaceful snow below. Santa and his reindeer flew from house to house, delivering gifts, spreading joy, and making memories. As dawn approached, Santa and the reindeer finally returned to the North Pole. The snow-covered ground crunched under their hooves as they landed near the barn. The reindeer were tired but happy, their bells jingling softly in the quiet morning air. After settling the reindeer back in their stalls, Santa turned toward his cozy log cabin home. The snow crunched beneath his boots as he walked through the peaceful, quiet landscape, with the first light of dawn painting the sky in soft pinks and golds. Santa's heart was full of joy, knowing he had shared the magic of Christmas with the world. When Santa finally arrived at his cabin, he stepped inside, where the warm fire crackled in the fireplace. He took off his boots, hung his coat, and sat in his favorite chair by the fire. The warmth wrapped around him, and he smiled, thinking of all the happy faces he had seen that night. Santa closed his eyes, knowing that the spirit of Christmas would always fill his heart. He had delivered joy to children all over the world, and as the fire warmed him, he let out a contented sigh. It was time for a well-deserved rest, and so, with a heart full of love and joy, Santa drifted off to sleep, knowing that the magic of Christmas would always live on in the hearts of children everywhere.